Hi guys, okay, so today I'm going to be doing my foundation routine. Oh my god, this has been highly requested and I'm actually really excited to show you guys. The reason it's taken this long for me to do this is because I don't feel like I'm a makeup artist or a makeup guru. I'm just not that good at makeup, if I'm honest. I know how to apply it on my own face because I know I've been practicing for so long. So you know what, since you guys have requested this so much, I thought let me sit down and do it and show you guys my foundation routine. I'm not going to be creating this look including the eyes and the cheeks and lips, etc. But what I will show you today is my foundation routine, and in a different video I will show you guys like an eyebrow tutorial, eyeshadow tutorial, etc. But for now I will keep it just to the foundation and just how I contour my cheek. I feel like it's part of my foundation routine. I hope you guys will enjoy this video, and if you want to see how I do my foundation then keep watching. I'm going to color correct under my eyes and around my mouth area and maybe a little bit around my nose. And to color correct, what I use is a product called Dermacolor and it's by Canon, and this is what it looks like, the little pan. I use this specific product is because it's neither the color of my dark circle nor the color of my skin. The product comes in a pan like this, and to take the product out I use one of these tools. I'm just going to scoop out the product using the tool, and what I do is I place a little bit of it on my hand, and what that lets me do is warm up the product. Take my finger and just swirl it around, warm it up until it's pliable. Otherwise it's quite hard to move around when it's on your skin, so I find that using your finger is the best way because it warms up the product and you don't need to use any oils or anything. Using like a really light tapping motion, just place it under your eyes and try and get as close as possible to your eyes. And what that will do is that will correct the color of the dark circle, giving you a good base to start your makeup. You can see the difference between the two eyes, and as you saw I applied a really tiny amount. I'm gonna take more of the product and just apply it around my mouth area because this area also gets quite dark when I put my foundation on. And then what I also do is I just take it along my nose. When I'm doing my makeup I always keep some cleanser at hand so I can clean up the little mess that I make. This way the colours don't blend in again, because I'm going to use my fingers again. I'm going to use my hand again to warm up the product. Okay, now take a beauty blender, make sure it's damp, and then just blend everything in properly so you have like a seamless finish. If you go over your lips or your top lid, it's okay. I try not to place too much product on my top lid. I keep it just under my eye, around my nose and all around my mouth. To apply the foundation I'm going to take the tool again, but make sure you wipe it down because you don't want any of the color corrector color on there, because the foundation is a completely different color than the color corrector I've used. The foundation I'm currently using is this really awesome one called Supercolor by Canon as well. So this is what it looks like. You just need the tiniest amount. Once I've done that, what I do is I usually like to place it straight onto my face, okay, and then just dot it around everywhere, including the forehead and just down my nose. Make sure to wipe your hands again, that's very important. And then using a stippling brush I am just going to pat in the foundation. I'm not gonna take it too high up under my eye, I'm just gonna keep it around my cheek and then all down my face. And I know this seems like such a long way to do it, but I have noticed a really big difference when I actually stipple it into my face. It actually looks more flawless. Obviously I would not wear a turban when I'm doing my makeup, so I would have more coverage around my forehead. Let's press a little bit into my nose area as well. Just there. So there is a trick to this applying the stippling motion. Make sure you don't stretch your face like and then stipple it in. Keep it natural. Try not to stretch it, because when you stretch it, that's when you get the crease marks. Done that, I take another beauty blender that's also damp. It's a clean one, different. So I would use the beauty blender for my color correction, and then because it's picked up some of the pigment, I would use a clean one, and I'm using the Real Technique one. Just going to go in and lightly just tap. You don't have to do this, because when you do it with the stippling brush, it's pretty even. But can you see it's slightly mattifying it? Okay, and that's the foundation routine. Now I am going to do the concealer. For the concealer, I am using also Dermacolor by Crayolan, and I've linked all the detail of what shades I am in the description box just to make it easier for you guys. So you can see I do use this a lot. So I'm just going to take my tool again. I have wiped it clean to scoop out just a little bit. Place it on my hand just to warm up the product. Then just using my finger, I'm just going to swirl it around, because this one is a bit more, what's it called, it's a bit more hard, so you do have to like really work it in first to warm up the product until it's workable. And then I just take it under my eye and pat it in really lightly. You don't want to be too hard, too harsh or anything, just pat it really lightly. I do like to take it down a bit, so sort of like creating an invisible triangle, and you can take it down as much as you like. I like to take it up quite high as well. Pat a little bit into my nose, making my nose a bit more slender. In my damp Real Technique blender, the one I use for my foundation, I am just going to gently work the product into my skin, so it's a bit more matte, because as you can see it is really dewy, but when you use the sponge you take out some of the product so it's not so dewy. Place a bit on your top lid. I like to do this because it gives me a nice base for my eyeshadow. I'm going to do, take the concealer again, rub a little bit on my finger, place it on the bridge of my nose, and then again go in with your blender. Just contour my cheeks slightly, and for that I use the Dream Matte Mousse, is my favorite thing to contour with, and you need the tiniest bit. Going to place a little bit, and that's it. Do take a little bit, place it on my hand just here, and then this is what I'm going to contour my nose with, but I will show you that in a bit. Brush by It Cosmetic. It's very light and fluffy, and it really buffs it in. Use a stippling motion, and I push the product up. There you go. Ooh. Okay, same for the other side. Okay, so now that I've got product on here, I'm just going to chisel a little bit on my chin, not a lot. Place any more product, just going to wipe it down really. So now the nose, the other end of the It Cosmetic brush, I just pat, take too much. You have the littlest bit go all the way up. Take a little bit more for the other side, and then just lightly brush it. And just down my nose to give it around. Okay, so that's more or less done for the face, but because I have oily skin, what I like to do is I like to use a lot of powder, and I use anything and everything that I can get hold of. Basically, it doesn't bother me. At the moment I'm using the Collection Sheer Loose powder in color number 2. I'm taking my beauty blender, the one I use for my foundation. I'm just gonna pack it right there, in there. Okay, after I've let it set for like 5 minutes, really fluffy brush, basically pat it off. I don't swipe, I pat. Everything is patted in. Okay. And that's how you make sure that your foundation stays the whole day. And then I just pat it in, pat it in, pat it in. Also help blend everything in together. And sometimes what I do, if I haven't applied enough, I would go in slightly again and then I will place more. But what I do is I pat it in. I do not brush it off. At this point, basically what I will do, I will take a look. If my contour is not blended, I would use this brush to blend everything in. But at the moment it's looking fine. And for those of you who have asked, because of my routine, is it really cakey? Yes, it is. But once you've applied the fixing spray, it will not be cakey. It will blend everything into skin again. Okay, so once I've done my eyes, my eyebrows, my cheeks, my lips, go in with my Pro Fix by Makeup Revolution and just shake it about and fix everything. And what the fix spray helps do is just, it will not be cakey anymore, it will just feel like skin. To my YouTube channel and click the little bell so you get notifications, and don't forget to follow me on all my social media. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest and Snapchat, and I will speak to you guys soon. Bye.